In is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Lions. All that and more coming up next.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart. But make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 24, Hurts. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's the gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Russell's pass complete to number 80. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. To
throw on 2nd down. Russell. This one caught by Winslow. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They run with Richardson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run again with Richardson. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle.
And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead.
A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wildcard teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't, just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason. The champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there. We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the handoff, they start with Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Russell. He'll get this one complete to Winslow. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Back to throw. Russell. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Griffith.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Now it's Richardson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the ground, here's Richardson again. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Russell. He rifles one that's intercepted. The 20. 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there.
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the final clocking there, according to Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in 2.2 seconds. So the pass rush overwhelming that time. Washington going to send out their punter
as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, Hurts.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, you know, we're talking about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete there to St. Brown.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Hurts. Over the middle, complete. That's Bush. And he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just didn't tip the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they didn't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it 6 points on the board. Let's look to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Washington offense heading out. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Russell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. It's Winslow. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a draw play. Richardson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun. Russell. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. To throw on 3rd down. Russell. This pass into the hands of Green going across the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Richardson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Richardson.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Russell firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run now with Jennings. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try and run it in. It's Richardson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Throwing is Hurts.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now a carry here for their fullback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 5 now.
Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Russell. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 79 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Russell. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Operating from the gun, Russell. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Finding Ertz here on the out route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Let's go. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a third and 3. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Looking to throw. Russell. Forced out to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jahan Dotson getting set for this next drive.
Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Richardson.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Russell.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson
with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Flush to it, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. A little juke. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The Washington offense set to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown!
Jahan Dotson
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
34, Lions 17.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So out now come the Lions. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They start on the ground. It's Richardson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Russell.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Russell. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 44 yards. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those. Yeah,
I would say so because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here come the Lions now. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell, and he slings one that's incomplete.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Russell, and that is incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Russell. Complete. Richardson has it. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the 1st down at around the 22. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Lions will take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
It's a game of line. Brings up 2nd.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Burt sets up to throw it.
Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jahan Dotson and the Commanders set to take over.
A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They run with Richardson, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll run again with Richardson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. One quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to number 80.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Now it's Richardson, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Washington on 3rd down.
They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4.
On the draw, it's Gibson.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Richardson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On the ground, here's Richardson again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Russell. And that will be incomplete. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jamin Davis.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Hurts.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
16 yards.
Hurts.
It's now 3rd down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, they've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll run on 1st down. Richardson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now. It's Richardson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
60 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Spread formations, more space. There's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw. Russell. That's complete right around the 8. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Now a give right side. It's Richardson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Washington.
Back to throw. Russell. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. 8 touchdowns for the rookie in the regular season. Now he's got his first here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
51, Lions 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bush. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Chase Young, his second sack of the night.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now he's flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Here's Richardson to start the drive. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
75 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.